Hello again and welcome back to Scott Wonders World, and it's time for the perfect draft. You can't go wrong with a perfect draft. It's a fantastic machine. I love it. I'm very lucky that my good lady Wanda bought me one for my birthday, and I prize it with all my life because I've had some very decent beers off of it. Last week, Beer Hawk announced, might be the week before actually, Beer Hawk announced that they were releasing Stella Unfiltered onto this wonderful machine, and I had a look at it, and out of nowhere a subscriber, friend of the channel, got hold of me and said, "Are you picking up the unfiltered Stella?" I said, "Well, I was looking at it." He said, and they offered to send me one as a thank you for the channel. So, being that sort of person, I thought, okay, thank you very much. So you know who you are, and really appreciate it. So, all loaded up, as I will now show you, in my perfect draft machine is Stella Unfiltered. So it's in there. It's been in there for about an hour or so. It's dropped down to 6. Ordinarily, I'll drop it down to 3. I think 3 is probably a little too cold for this beer. So around about 5 or 6 degrees. Anything lower than 4, it's going to start masking flavours. So I think, do you know what? It's okay at 6. I'm good to go. I've also picked up a bottle of normal Stella, the premium lager. So Leuven in Belgium, one of the biggest selling beers in the world. Certainly one of the biggest selling lagers in the world. I did a review on it. Christ knows. Here it is here. Not a massive fan. Whopped it out the shed. But I thought what would be interesting to see is the difference in the clarity and the taste of the beer. Now, I'm not a glass snob, so I haven't got a Stella chalice. So I'm going to use my Beer Hawk Perfect Draft pint mug, which I think is nucleated, and I've got my San Miguel one, which I know is nucleated as well. So hopefully we'll get a half decent comparison against the two beers. I was googling something earlier and just looking at the unfiltered. Now I know a lot of AB and Bev stuff is the unfiltered stuff is brewed at Camden Town Brewery, which is obviously part of InBev, Budweiser beer group, whatever you want to call them. So I know this is brewed in the UK, the unfiltered. I'm not sure exactly where it's brewed as which brewery. If I hazard a guess, I'd say it's Camden Town, but it might be somewhere else. But on Tittle Press website, it's got a little bit of blurb about it. So Budweiser Brewing Group unveiled 3 major launches to its Stella Artois and Corona brands, a new unfiltered version of Stella, news of which was first revealed by the grocer in October, when BBG, Budweiser Beer Group, applies for registration as a trademark. It's slated to release in March. It's obviously come out earlier. The new beer is 5%, whereas this is 4.6%. So we're already in the right region. Would offer a unique and vibrant taste profile similar to what might be found in craft beer. So that says, said Jessica McGeorge, Director of Global Brand Marketing at BBG, Stella Artois will be brewed with British barley and the same yeast as its baseline, but with the addition of Mandarina Bavaria hop oil, which McGeorge says balances the beer and reinforces the more fruity notes and lemon lager. The beer will be presented in 330ml bottles and cans, a single 620ml bottle, and the 6-litre Perfect Draft keg at home. So that's a bit of background about the actual beer itself. But what you're interested in is what does it look like. First of all, let's just get the Stella out, the normal Stella, and we'll get that in the glass to see what that's going to do. Pick this up in Tesco's, £1.79 a bottle. I know my good friend Chris the Butcher is a massive fan of Stella, so I'll try and do him justice on this one. So that's the normal Stella in the glass, obviously pin sharp as you'd expect it to be. Tight white foamy head, crystal clear, and a nice straw colour. And let's have a look at what we get out of the unfiltered version for the PD. Just wet the line ever so slightly. Want to do that just to get that line wet, so try and reduce some of the foam. So I'll chuck it out. We'll give it a quick thing. Oh dear, where's that gone? And let's see what we get out. We'll top up, we'll just let that settle for a minute. We're gonna get a dome or we get some overrun. Bit of overrun. So, in the glass, or in the glasses. So this is normal Stella, this is the unfiltered version. There is a slight haze to it. I wouldn't say that the haze is massive. It's obviously, as you can see quite clearly in the light, there is a very different look to the beer in colour. So this is very, very pale, whereas this is slightly darker, with a nice head that isn't going anywhere, and it also looks nice in the glass anyway. So we'll leave that there for a couple of seconds, just let that head settle down slightly. So malty, sort of crackery, touch of lemon, but everything's quite subdued. Going for a kill. Obviously known as the wife beater of beers for whatever reason. Make your own mind up of that. So it's got, we've all had Stella. It's got that macro lager taste to it, quite harsh and harshly carbonated. A little bit of lemon there, malty, and that's about all you can say about it, in all honesty. So let's have a look at the unfiltered. So obviously filtration, when they filter it, they're taking out the impurities of the beer. So they're taking out the yeast, the remainder of yeast and all the impurities that can be in the beer. Helps stabilise the beer so it can stabilise for longer. With an unfiltered beer, you get all of those in what's the word I'm looking for? Bits and bobs that are still left in, so they're left unfiltered. So it gives it more of some people say gives it more flavour, and obviously gives it a natural haze to the beer. It's not actually as hazy as I was expecting it to be. In all honesty, it does look nice, and with that widget in the bottom, there is a nice low, amount of carbonation flying up on there on a 2-finger white head. That's again still not going anywhere. Going for a nose. There is that nice malt base to it. There's a slight hoppy bounce out of it as well. You're getting that lemon. So it smells, of course it's going to smell fresher. It does smell like a fresh beer. Let's go for the, I'm interested in what the body feels like. Oh, that's a good. Less harsh in carbonation, nice softer mouthfeel. You get that rush, like a carbonation rush to begin with, but that balances out sort of quite nicely. You get that maltiness, you get that that lemony profile running through it. You pick up, my nose is running quite badly, it's quite cold and I was wearing a fucking t-shirt. And then you get like a nice spicy back end of the beer. It's tasty. It's night and day. I mean, you can see that in the colour. You can see the colour clear as day there. Unfiltered, so it's giving it that nice draft quality to it from the machine itself. It's night and day between the unfiltered and the normal Stella. That it sells by the bucket load, but you can just see the difference in the quality of beers. It's night and day. £31, was it £31.90 or £33 as an introductory offer. I'd drink that. In fact, I will be drinking that. It's really, really, really decent. I've got to say, the unfiltered nature of that really comes through, and for me, it dances all over normal. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Stella. Anyway, I'd drink it if I absolutely had to. A picture speaks 1,000 words for me. Completely different beers. That fell down. Would I buy it again? Or would I buy it? Obviously, the channel subscriber that gifted me the beer, really appreciate it. I'd buy that myself. It's very, very nice. It's easy drinking. 5% is where it should be, not this 4.6% muck that's being peddled as Stella in the UK. For me, it's an easy double thumbs up. I think it's a cracking beer, and certainly one I would absolutely return to. If you're a Perfect Draft owner, get yourself hold of a keg of the unfiltered, because it's lovely. It's really, really nice. So I came in here looking to shit all over it, and I can't. I would be completely dishonest of me. It's a nice beer. It's easy drinking. It's hoppy. It's got that little bit of spice on the end. You get the lemon notes. It's malty. You're getting that biscuit malt as well. It's very, very nice. Get yourself a keg if you've got the Perfect Draft. Let us know if you've had it. I know there are other reviews out there. I've tried to stay away from. I've seen Dave's, but then Dave doesn't know anything about beer, so there's no point watching that anyway. And so yeah, I know Chris has done it. Chris's beer reviews. I know Simo's done it. Baz has done it, I think, and Paul and Michelle have done it as well. So I'll go and give theirs a watch to see what they made out of it. For me, it's a solid beer. And well worth that money. It just makes a mockery of the Brewdog Punk IPA that was another £10 on top of that for me. So yeah, easy thumbs up. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. There's a subscribe button if you like the content and you want to see more, and it just keeps you up to date when we release new videos. There's a join button if you'd like to help the channel further. And me and Wanda, we'll see you very soon.